Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network and another episode of Prop Party. That's right, it's week 8 Prop Party, and we will talk alts, anytime touchdowns, and parlays in just 1 minute. That's right. It's Thursday. That means it's Prop Party. Welcome to the Week 8 Prop Party. I'm joined every Thursday by my brother Steve and Tyler. Tyler will be here in just a minute and be jumping in with us. But while we're waiting for him, Steve, how is your week going? How are you feeling about Week 8? What's going on?
Going pretty well. This is an interesting week with the no buys, no London game. Yeah. So it's a bigger slate. Not that we're talking DFS, but it's just a bigger general slate to look for props that we like. Especially we mainly focus here on the Sunday props. So there's just more options there. Obviously, the big injury news from like Tampa and San Francisco that's impacting things. But we also have, something that you and I talked about a lot off season, but Patriots could be live now with Drake May. We actually have a breath of fresh air. Same thing with some Steelers receiving props with a guy like Russ Wilson now at the helm.
Jameis Winston is
Jameis
much
Winston,
better.
absolutely.
I mean,
David Njoku has life again.
He has life, exactly. Yeah, some of these changes are very, very positive ones for their skill position players, as Steve said. Hi to Jamie in chat. Always good to see you. That's right. It's party time. It's prop party time. Steve, it is weird because we've had the London game. We've had the buys. We'll obviously be getting back to the buys starting next week, and then those will be ramping up. But this week is a full slate. And as it is a lot, there are some games where I think we can just kind of scratch off and that kind of thing. And we don't go game by game here. We go through our favorite alts, our favorite anytime touchdowns, our favorite parlays, and then we talk about Thursday Night Football. Of course, we got a good one, a weird one with all the, Cooper Kupp trade talk, Puka Nacua may play, all this stuff. Yeah. But Vikings Rams tonight, we will talk through that, give our favorite first touchdowns, build a show parlay, hit a show parlay 2 weeks ago, trying to run that back. I think what's interesting for me, Steve, is I see so many running backs on this slate that I love their spots. And, that would apply if you're in the chat and you play DFS or Underdog Dailies. Obviously, that would apply to that, too. I think there's a lot of good spots for running backs this week. I don't know. It's you can't, I'm not going to bet them all. We need to pick our spots. I think that'll be good to talk through with you and Tyler today. And speak of the devil, here he is. There it is. Hey, Tyler, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hopefully my internet holds up today. Yesterday I was having a bunch of problems with it with spread, so cross our fingers that we don't start having problems. So
all right, cross our fingers. No worries. All right. We got you. Yeah, I was just saying, happy week 8, and that there's a lot of running back spots I like, but we will get to that as we talk through alts. Before we get to that really quick, be sure to like this episode. Subscribe if you haven't to the Fanspeak Network. We have shows every single weekday covering all sorts of good stuff. The guys just did an Underdog Battle Royale show every Wednesday night. Have tons of sports betting shows. The guys' NFL betting card is free on fanspeak.com. That's up. They were 3-1 last week. Spread and Tyler, I'm of course talking about. They're running it back this week, so check that out. Free on fanspeak.com. And you see the link below. Subscribe to our Dub Club. It's free for a week. Check it out. See if you like it. Link is also on our homepage as well. I send out every primetime game. Just sent out the Thursday night. Of alts and those kind of picks and parlays. But it's mainly alts, anytime touchdowns, and parlays. We're still up several units for the season, and we have hit, I think at this point after the big Baker ladder on Monday night, probably 11 or 12 parlays. We hit a massive 4-leg Baker ladder on Monday night, which was super fun. Check that out. It's free for a week. So check that out. Let me know what you think. Again, check it out on their free betting card and Dub Club on fanspeak.com. Okay, guys, now it's time to talk alts. What are we liking this week? Tyler, I'll go to you first. What are you seeing in the alt market that's standing out to you?
Yeah, first one that stood out to me, I mean, you watched the London game on Sunday. You've watched the Jags play all year. And they can't stop anyone from throwing the ball. I think I could go for 250 on them. You're gonna set Jordan's love line at 250. Give me the over there. Give me that all the way up to 300. Go bet his MVP if you haven't already. He's 13-1. He's going to throw for 304 touchdowns on Sunday. They're going to win the game. Doug Peterson's getting fired. And that number's just going to keep coming down. So love the Jordan Love alts this week. And then don't hate if you want to try and pick one of the receivers. I'd probably just go Jaden Reed. That's been his guy.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, if you want to alt him all the way up to 100, because his number's right in the 50s, you'll get a nice fat price on that. And then of course the obvious one, I think everyone's on it, Tyreek Hill. Take the 80.5, take the 100, take the 125. Tua is out there, he's getting over 100. So love that spot for him too.
Yeah, he told everybody to play him in fantasy this week. I assume that applies to his alt props too. So, I mean, he just said right out, he's ready, he's pumped. I mean, he's been suffering for what, 4 weeks?
Oh my God.
I mean, he's got to be just in pure misery. You could tell in the interview. I mean, he was dropping F-bombs and saying, band's back. Let's go. Play me in fantasy. He's basically saying bet his alts too. So I love the Tyreek Hill call. Love that. I got burned by that last week because I did not know how they didn't scheme him up against that terrible Colts defense. Did they even target him in the first half? It was brutal. I mean, absolutely brutal.
Yeah. Nope. Well, targets from Tim Boyle and Huntley are not the same.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the whole point, to Tyler's point. Tim Boyle and Tyler Huntley, not the same targets as Tua, and hopefully you can tell how excited he is to have Tua back. So I'm with you. Let's let the alt props rip for Tyreek Hill. Love the Jordan Love call. I assume you already have an MVP ticket. I've heard you talk about this with spread. I assume you already have an MVP ticket for Love?
Yeah, I have two. I have one at 48-1 and one at 22-1.
Holy shit, 48-1. Nice. I assume you got that. Was that preseason?
That was the week he lost to the Vikings, his first week back.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Love that. Oh, that's amazing, Tyler. I'll be rooting you on for that one. That's awesome. All right, Steve, alt props. What do you like in the market this week?
All right. So the first one I'm going to go to is talked about the Baker ladder. Let's look at another ladder, and that's Rashard White rushing receiving. Bucky Irving is mispractice. They have no receivers. And they very well could be behind because last time the Falcons, just threw the hell out of the ball. And this was a little shootout. But, rushing receiving on DraftKings, I'm looking at Rashard White, 75 plus 145. He's gotten that multiple games this year, sometimes rushing, sometimes receiving, 100 plus 425. He's gotten that a couple games this year. And then you can even go up to 125 if you're feeling very spicy for plus 1200.
So I thought you were going to go Otten in this situation. I don't know if there
so
is
I love Otten also. I absolutely do. But
he got targeted the hell out of last week.
But so did Rashard White at the end of the game. I mean, he was just getting peppered with targets, especially after Godwin went down. And I just think that could happen again because it's easier to try and take away Otten. Not that I think Otten's a bad call. Definitely going to be betting him. Definitely going to be playing him. But I just feel like Rashard White, especially. We're still getting this number with Bucky Irving missing practice. If Bucky Irving doesn't go, I know they have Sean Tucker, but you got to believe Rashard White is going to be out there for a large percentage of the snaps and just getting a lot of carries and total usage.
Okay, I like it. What else? Anything else you got?
So I'm going to go another running back.
Yeah, I like a lot of running backs this week.
This time I'm looking at, the guy who just every time, as long as he plays a full game, he's getting over 100 yards, and that is Joe Mixon. Mm-hmm. Joe Mixon in this matchup week 1 had a massive game. Mm-hmm. You can I'm seeing right now on DraftKings 80 plus 105, 90 plus 170, and 100 plus 255.
I would have thought that would have gone up more from last week since he crushed last week.
I would absolutely think that, and especially still no Nico Collins. So the Texans passing game has been struggling some without Nico Collins. Give me Joe Mixon.
Yeah, I love that.
So I'm just a big fan of that. And speaking of the game that Tyler talked about with Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Jags can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. So Josh Jacobs 70 is plus 115, 80 plus 190, 92 plus 290. I don't mind doing that either. I just think, this Packers offense is absolutely in a position to shred the terrible Jaguars defense.
Yeah, no, I like a lot of Packers for sure. So I have like 5 other running backs I wrote down. I'm just going to list them instead of going through their alts, and you guys can individually tell me which ones you like the best. You have Brees Hall against the Patriots defense. People have been getting there, obviously, against the Patriots defense. And clearly that you could do a rush receiving because he's so involved in the receiving game. He got over like 100 receiving yards last week. J.K. Dobbins against, what is it, the Saints?
Saints.
Yeah. We saw, I made a mental note on the Thursday night game. Oh my God, play whoever's, running back against the Saints. They were terrible. I know they're getting a couple pieces back, but though Dobbins was not very efficient. I didn't watch that game Thursday night. I know you had your eyes on a little closer because you had a bet on it, Tyler. I was watching more of the Bucks game because I had a lot more invested in that. I don't know why he was running so inefficiently, but it hasn't been quite as efficient since the start of the season, but hasn't a pristine matchup, I think, there. And then, of course, you've got the two studs, Henry and Saquon, that you could always go to. You know, Saquon against the Bengals, Henry against the Browns. Both are giving up explosive runs. So I think those that did not come out well. Both are giving up explosive run plays. I think that's always in play, but it's a very high number. You're to pay, obviously a big price for it. And then two others still. Kenneth Walker against the Bills. You can obviously run on the Bills. They give up over 5 yards a carry. Pollard would have gotten there had the game script not got in. Henry, who's running very hot in the first half. I had his line, and he just missed it because the game script got out of hand. Now, if the game script goes out of hand, Kenneth Walker's very involved in the passing game, runs about 50% of routes, has, obviously been doing well in the receiving. So you could certainly do a rush receiving. And then the final one is Javonte. I have not been a Javonte girl. Wasn't this summer in best ball. Hasn't been this season at all, but watched him. And obviously he's got a great matchup as well. So I'll go to you first, Tyler. Brees Hall, J.K. Dobbins, Javonte Williams, Kenneth Walker, the two studs, Henry and Saquon. I mean, they're at all different price points, but any of those stick out to you as like ones that you just think are a smash?
I think Brees Hall is a smash play. I mean, I think he absolutely crushes the Patriots defense. And you've seen since the head coaching change, that's not a split anymore. No. Allen's just there to give Brees Hall a water break, so he's going to get all the carry. I think he crosses 100 in this matchup, and they're going to be playing with the lead more than likely, so love the Brees Hall call.
Okay. Steve, of those, so not Brees Hall, obviously not the ones you mentioned. Of the other ones, Dobbins, Javonte, Kenneth Walker, the two, Henry or Saquon, one or two, which ones stand out to you the most? Because I'm trying to whittle this down as to where do I really see the value.
Yeah, well, honestly, I was going to make the call that I'd add to it, and that's Kareem Hunt against the Raiders as well.
Shit, I'm trying to narrow this thing down.
The Raiders' run defense is atrocious.
But he's getting. I was on a CBS show this morning. His volume has been insane the last few games. Yeah, absolutely insane.
In addition to Hall, which I totally agree with, I do like Dobbins. I think didn't go well against the Cardinals, but that's still their bread and butter is running the football. And he got all the work. It wasn't Kamani Vidal, and this matchup is just so nice. And I think they're likely to be ahead. And give me Dobbins for up to 100. Okay.
Then I'll mention a couple of receivers. I fully agree with Tyler's call on Hill. Fully agree you could go to Reed or, kind of compare up something with a Packers receiver with Love. I think you could look at Chase or Higgins or A.J. Brown in that game. Again, these are all going to be big numbers. Higgins you could approach from either receptions or yards. Chase would probably be all yards. Same with A.J. Brown. And then one final one is, again, it's stuck in my head. I said this on a morning show today. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I think it was last year. Last year, Thursday Night Football, DJ Moore scored 3 touchdowns and 180 yards, and that was with Justin Fields. Yeah. So, again, it's a different quarterback. They have a different receiver room. We have a different defensive coordinator, Washington that is, but it's still kind of the same crappy bad secondary. And Justin Fields did too, but DJ Moore just destroyed them. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you see the value there, or would you rather do you prefer one of the Bengals or AJ Brown?
I mean, I definitely like the Bengals. Don't mind AJ Brown, but it's hard to argue against Moore. I think people look at it like, Washington's defense was better against Carolina, and a couple weeks ago was better against Cleveland. But in between that, the Ravens just absolutely destroyed them. And sure, Lamar's an MVP candidate, no doubt. But everyone, Bateman, Andrews, Zay Flowers had 9 and 140 in the first half. You mean to tell me DJ Moore can't do that? And look at Caleb has been playing so much better.
Yeah.
And he's
Is
coming
their
off a
offensive
bye.
line still intact? Is their offensive line
Yeah, for the
okay?
most part. And also
Okay.
Caleb is coming off the bye,
Right. Right.
So, we always talk about post bye rookie bump for guys.
Mm-hmm.
But why not Caleb, who's looking really good the 3 games prior to the bye as well?
Okay. All right. So I like that. Again, yeah, Jamie said I like all the bets you mentioned. Haven't looked so far. Been looking tonight. And yeah, we have tonight's up for Dub Club. It's already up on the Dub Club if you want to check it out. Again, link at the bottom, link on homepage. He says, I do like Pickens bets this week versus Deonta Banks. Yeah, I know. Tyler talked about Pickens and Steelers on the NFL betting card show. But yeah, this is kind of like a first look at our alts and props, and then again they'll be out actually tomorrow. Traveling this weekend, so they will be out tomorrow. Full list of alts and touchdowns betting individually, and then any parlays we like. So, but this is a fun first look. Tyler, to respond to that, how do you like Pickens this week? I know that's not till Monday night.
I mean, I think he has a good game. The only thing that worries me is the same thing that the Giants are going to have to worry about when we're on defense. And that's the pass rush. You have to worry about Lawrence. You're going to have to worry about Burns. Like, those guys can get in the backfield, so they could disrupt the game just as Watt can. So that'd be my only worry there.
Sure. Yeah. No, that makes a ton of sense. Okay, I think we did a good job covering alts from all the different positions: quarterback, running back, receivers, especially obviously. Now let's head over to the anytime touchdown market. I know sometimes we don't have like the full complement yet, but I think on DraftKings there's a pretty good list out. Tyler, what are you seeing in the anytime touchdown market that's standing out to you this week?
Give me the easy one, Meg. Just give me Tyreek Hill at plus 110 versus this Arizona defense who's not going to be able to cover him. He's going to score the first touchdown of the drive. They're gonna scheme up something.
That's another bet.
Running down the sideline. Tua's going to throw the deep ball. He's going to be running away with it, and that plus 110 is going to be the easiest winner of the week. So give me Tyreek Hill.
Love that. Any other ones that are standing out to you before I go to Steve?
I mean, I don't mind the Breece Hall call, but it's kind of juiced. Yeah. I don't hate going to the Cincy wide receivers with the way this Philly defense is played. I mean, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins could be wide open all game.
Yeah.
I don't, of course, the Green Bay wide receivers. I could see this being a Christian Watson game where he airs one out. It's flying through the air. It's going 70 yards down the field. And Christian Watson's running by himself.
Yeah, I like that call too.
No one really sticking out to me.
Okay. No, I like that, and I like the Tyreek Hill as the favorite one for sure. All right, Steve, what are you seeing in the anytime touchdown market that stands out to you? And by the way, good to see you in chat. And he says good call on Higgins too. Yeah, Higgins, speaking of touchdowns, he's been getting a lot of red zone targets too this year. So that's definitely one because you get a better price on him in the anytime touchdown market. Steve, what is standing out to you?
Yeah, so the first thing I'll point to is kind of a twofer, and that's Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery. Looks like Montgomery's going to play, but this is the lowest we've seen them, minus 110 for anytime touchdowns, and that's with Jameson Williams out. So Titans defense is not terrible, but Lions offense is killing everyone, just absolutely killing everyone. And I like both these guys. There's plenty of games where they've both gotten a touchdown in the same game, so I don't mind parlaying them together.
Right.
And so I really like those given the price and just Lions at home and all that. I mean that offense is just basically unstoppable these last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Next one that I'll point to is where was it? Give me a second. Drake London plus 105 destroyed this matchup a couple weeks ago. Buccaneers secondary, as we see, that's their big weak point. Lamar absolutely shredded them. Multiple teams have been just crushing them through the air. I think London does it again. He's getting red zone. He's getting a ton of red zone work. He's getting the targets. He's getting the touchdowns. You're still getting a plus odds on it. I'll take it. I don't mind on the other side in that game. I mentioned Rashid White, but I don't mind Cade Otton. That's probably where I target him a little bit more touchdown wise, just because I think they're going to have to utilize him. And they're going to be throwing a ton. And then I had one more. Let me get to it to get the exact number. And that is, sorry, 1 second, scrolling down.
While you're doing that, I will say that we talked about Higgins and Chase. Higgins, I will say, stands out to me because Jamar Chase used to pay minus 115. Higgins, you get plus 125. So I'll just say while you're looking for yours, Higgins plus 125 is my favorite as from a price point standpoint. Go ahead, Steve.
And so my last one is going to be DeAndre Swift. I obviously love the passing game against the Commanders as well, but especially if there's no Jaden Daniels, this could be more of a Bears just jump out to a big lead. And Swift was again playing really well before the bye, getting a lot of usage. Commanders are without Jonathan Allen. They've been struggling against the run all year. Hubbard still got a touchdown last week. I just think inside the 10, Swift is going to be their guy. So plus 130 nice. with so many running backs juiced, it's a minus 150 or worse. I'll take that in a plus matchup with Swift.
Yeah, no, I like that. I was just scrolling through. I love Kenneth Walker, but he's juiced minus 140. Exactly. J.K. Dobbins minus 135. A lot of the running backs we talked about, and then of course the Barkleys and Saquons and Henrys of the world are going to be super juice. Even Kareem Hunt minus 145. I mean, these guys are all going to be super juice. So that's a good call out on Swift plus 130. And then I mentioned DJ Moore. He is plus 190. If you think
another one, I would just parlay both of them. I think they both can get there.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just attacking the right defenses on the right games, and I think those two make sense. All right. Any other thoughts before we move on to parlays and then talk through Thursday night football on touchdowns or alts, guys?
I don't have anything. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Jamie saying, I'm taking the unders on McLaurin this week versus the Bears with Mariota. I think that's fair. I think Mariota looked good. I'm taking my L on Cliff Kingsbury. I was very wrong on him being, not loving his system. He's done an excellent job, and I need to give a call out there. I definitely called that a little too early, overreacted a little bit. But so Mariota looked great this week, but against that Bears defense, I totally get it, Jamie. Yeah. So good call on that. We've got our guy Andrew in chat. Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Check out Andrew and Justin's show running through Underdog drafts from last night, and of course, DJ Dads will be on tomorrow night at 9:30. Tomorrow night, also tomorrow. This guy, Tyler Keg is joining me at 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow for wagers with friends. So yeah, exactly. Keg and I face off wagers with friends. Yeah, that'll be a good one. That'll be a fun one. So okay, parlays, guys. Tyler, any parlays sticking out to you this week?
I don't see any numbers listed for the game yet, like props wise, but I want to do something with this Dallas game. I want to take Dak 300 plus passing yards, CD to get 100 or somewhere around there. You score a touchdown, and Dallas win the game because I don't like the way the San Fran teams looked recently. They're beat up with injuries. I think Dallas might be the better team in this spot, and I think that they can win this game. So I think you could build a nice same game parlay back in Dallas winning this game. And that's what I'm going to be doing this week. So I can't really build the numbers for you right now with nothing out, but that is what I would be targeting.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what this is an early look. Just think it through. Then again, check our Dub Club, check the betting card. Andrew in chat, again, DJ Dads, I always do the Friday show picks of props and everything. I put the top picks from Wagers with Friends for DJ and Dads in there. DJ and Dads have been crushing it. Dub Club has been crushing it. Tyler and Spread have been crushing it totally free on the NFL betting card. So anywhere you look, we're bringing you winners, and we are going to continue to this week. So yeah, this is the first look, and for Sunday night, I like that. I like Dallas in this one too. Tyler, you're getting them as the dog, and then Dak coming off a bye historically has been very, very good. I mean, they're going to need to turn it on, and I do like that call out. So. Andrew says Njoku over laddering up his receptions as a smash. He may ladder to 8. Yeah, I mean that's totally fair.
100 targets.
Steve, before I go to you for parlay, let me see. We have Reek in chat for tonight. I took Josh Oliver for anytime touchdown. Huge price difference from him on FanDuel and BetMGM. Plus Thursday night football, you never know what to expect. I mean, that used to be a thing. Thursday night football was always like that second or third tight end that you'd be like, what the hell is this? Yep. So yeah, I mean, I never never mind something like that. So nice call out, Reek, and thank you for joining us. Okay, Steve, any parlays you're eyeing for this
Yeah,
week?
so I'm going to do one. A lot of times I do a same game parlay. This time I'm going to go just because I think the value is just out there for these running back alts.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm going to push this a little higher, and you can even go higher on some of these if you want. But I did one, and this is on DraftKings. Joe Mixon, 90 plus rushing yards, which is plus 150. Brees Hall, 80 plus rushing yards, plus 115. J.K. Dobbins, 80 plus 100. And then I did Rashard White, 100 plus rushing, receiving, plus 425. Combine those four, it's 55-43.
All right.
So I want to take advantage. I think these lines are all low. Yet you need a little injury luck and game script and all that. I get it, but these are all very, very doable numbers, especially in the matchups they're in.
Would you only like Rashad White as much if we get the news on Bucky Irving out, or do you like him regardless?
I mean, I honestly like him as it is. Like you look at a 100 plus, and this past week he got it. The week before he had 72. The week before that he had 80 something. Basically, he's gotten over 100 plus. 2 weeks, came very close another 2 weeks, and that's with Evans, with Godwin, and with Irving. I mean, Irving was playing week 1 against Washington plenty. So I don't mind it at that number. I think he's going to get peppered with targets. I think he's going to get at least 10 plus carries, probably more like 15. And especially if Irving's out, I mean, that could go even higher. So and in this matchup before, he had 72 rushing yards. He had -6 receiving yards on three targets. But again, Godwin and Evans were playing a big role in that game. So you could go down to 75 and the odds are a little less, but I just don't mind that number. If you go down to 75 there, then it's 25-33.
Yeah. Hey,
it's still a really good number.
Still very nice. You build in a running back alt. I'm going to build. I like the same game parlays. I also like, kind of like you said, combining those alts that you love. You built a running back alts parlay. I'm going to throw together a receiver alts parlay. Tyler talked about it. Tyreek Hill, 100 plus. And then I'm going to go to, where was my other? I've talked about it, so I'm going to stick with it. It's kind of again, the memories are haunting me. I'm not going to go all the way. 100 plus for DJ Moore is 500, but plus 500, that's a little excessive, but I think he could do it, quite honestly. 80, because what did Zay Flowers have? Didn't he have like over 100 by halftime?
Yeah, he was like 140 at halftime.
Yeah, I think people are forgetting Washington's played some shitty teams, and again, we're Washington fans. We're happy. It's great, whatever, but don't
judge DJ Moore and with Deontay Johnson getting shut down. There's a big difference.
Right. And then I want one more, and I want it from the Philly Bengals game. Do we go Chase 100, Higgins a little less, or AJ Brown 100? I'll go to you first, Tyler. What's your favorite of those three? I just think somebody in the passing game's getting there. Go ahead.
I like the AJ Brown call. I mean, he could definitely catch a deep ball, and then you don't need much from there. And they just haven't been able to pelt him with the ball. Like that game against the Browns, you didn't see him run many slants like he would do and catch the ball across the middle. Like outside that deep ball, he didn't really do much because he didn't have to. I think they'll be playing from behind, so I like the AJ Brown call.
Yeah, because you guys, spoiler alert, but check it out. You guys have Bengals on the card, correct?
Yep. On the Bengals this week.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. But check out the full betting card, but it's Tyler and Spreader on the Bengals this week. So, all right. Do you like that, Steve? AJ Brown?
Yeah, I like Brown or Chase. I mean, honestly, I don't like Higgins either. I think they all could get there. But
I think they all could get there.
Chase is the same thing. Like, he can do it with little targets. He can do it with 15 targets, And the Eagles secondary is playing better. Last week was not a good example. Giants were just terrible. They couldn't protect Daniel Jones or Locke, and that game was just done. But other than that, they've been getting killed. Speaking of Tampa, when Tampa faced them, Baker just shredded them. So I like either the Bengals receivers, but Chase especially. But AJ Brown, he's another guy.
The the same price on AJ Brown and Chase.
Yeah, AJ Brown is very similar to Joe Mixon. When he's been healthy, he's dominated this year.
Yeah, hasn't he been over like 100 yards every game he's been healthy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a little 80, 90, 100 special for you. DJ Moore 80 versus Washington. AJ Brown 90 versus Cincy. Tyreek Hill, Tua's back, 100 plus. 100 plus 21 to 1. So there you go. That's my fun lotto. Andrew in chat says, and we are getting to TNF next. Thursday night picks, I like Jefferson over 28.5 longest reception. He's hit this in every game but one. Aaron Jones over 70 rush receiving. Cup over 6 receptions. Richard over 6.5 kicking points. And then Reek says, I feel like people are sleeping on Demarcus Robinson. I got his yards 40 plus at the plus 380. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. The Rams side, as far as like Robinson's concerned, we've got Jordan Whittington's out, Cup's back in. We don't know on Puka. So yeah, you still have Tutu and DeMarcus. So I think that's fine taking shots on them. We talked about we like Stafford's passing. It's harder to run on the Vikings. So we like your TNF picks, Andrew. Like your pick, Reek. I think that's fun. Again, if you want a free week at Dub Club, you can see what we fully have in there. A couple picks, couple parlays. So fun stuff. And hopefully get some more wins because Monday night's Baker Ladder was a ton of fun. So, okay, so we covered alts, we covered touchdowns, we covered parlays. Now it's time to talk about Thursday Night Football, what Andrew and Reek were just talking about. First, let's say, what do we see this game? How do we see this game going? And give me your first touchdown pick. Tyler, go to you first. Who wins and why? And first touchdown.
I'm going to be with the public on this one, Meg. Just give me Minnesota. I mean,
yeah,
they're going to blitz Stafford. I don't think that Stafford could play well when that blitz is all over him. That offensive line's not good. Their defense, on the other hand, isn't all that good. So I don't think that they can slow down the likes of Jefferson and Addison. So I'm going to take the Vikings and touchdown give Addison. Jefferson. Addison could easily break down the sideline and just run for a big touchdown. He's done it before earlier this year. I love his prop too, but his first touchdown's what I'll be on.
I like that. I did an anti-correlated parlay with Addison. I'll probably post it on Twitter later, but put that in Dub Club as well because he hasn't got as many targets, but boy, has he been getting some big, huge catches. So I like Addison as a first touchdown at longer odds. Steve, how do you see this game going and first touchdown?
Similar. I think the Rams, they've actually been a surprise team. They've actually shown up more in some games where you expect them to get killed, and then blew some ones where you thought they would win. But even with cutback, I think it's going to be really tough for them. And yeah, I think just Vikings keep it rolling. They've been playing great. I know Lions beat them, but on the last second field goal, it's not like they got dominated. So
right.
Yeah. And first touchdown. I mean, Justin Jefferson is obviously the guy, but the guy I'm going to bet on is I'm going to go Cooper Kupp. I think you're getting a much better number on him. Plus 950 is what I'm seeing than you typically get. Obviously, if they're inside the 5, the 10, Kyron's getting the ball. But, Cooper Kupp, again, when he's been on the field, he's gotten the targets. He's played well. I expect whether it's showcasing him for a trade or just this is Stafford's guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of don't want them to. I really want the Kupp to stay. I've always, I've been a big fan of Stafford and Kupp, and even if they lose tonight, I mean, I don't know. They're not out of it, so it would just kind of surprise me if they. I guess they'd get a second back, but Rams have never valued their draft picks anyway, so I don't know why that whole thing surprised me. So, anyways, we'll be interested to see what comes of that. But Jamie makes interesting points. Kupp plays 70% of snaps in the slot, and Vikings allow an average 20% of the points. Rich Rebar from Sharp Football broke this down. And so he says it wouldn't be surprised if Kupp ends up top 5. Yeah, Rich Rebar on Sharp Football broke this down about the guys that, get movement and move around and work out of the slot have been just crushing the Vikings. So I think that's a really good call out. And Rams have been pretty solid in the slot, but allowing 8.4 points on average, but allowing over 20 points outside. So wheels up for Jefferson. Absolutely. We got Mike in chat. Good to see you, Mike. Give me Johnny Munt first touchdown. I like the so we have Addison for Tyler, Cup for Steve. I'm going with you guys. I think Vikings win this, but I think Rams are going to push back with Cup back. I think the Rams are going to push back. I don't think that they're just going to get rolled over. So I think this is going to be a fun. I'm hoping it's going to be a fun game to watch, and I'm hoping a lot of our props get there, and our props will need it to be a back and forth game. So hoping the Rams push back, but I do think the Vikings win this one. So I agree with Tyler and Steve on that one. As far as first touchdown, of course, you could go with the Kyron, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones. You're only getting 4 to 5 to 1, like both Steve and Tyler's call out of Cooper Kupp and Jordan Addison. Like your guys' call out with some of the long shots and the tight ends. I'm going to go with another one that could be like a long bomb or something like that. Give me Tutu Atwell at 17 to 1. I don't think it's super likely, but when you're taking longer shots, I still think Tutu will be involved and he could get that like deep shot type one. So, all right, guys, now we end the show with a Thursday Night Football same game parlay. Didn't get there last week, but we are going to try to run it back from 2 weeks ago. We did win our Thursday Night Football show same game parlay. So let's work together, each pick a leg, and see what we can come up with. Tyler, I'll let you go first. What do you got here for your favorite leg for tonight?
Can I go last, Meg? I'm still debating between two. Can we go to Steve first?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully he doesn't steal or I don't steal. But yes, Steve, what do you got for your favorite leg?
So, I'm gonna go with. I've been debating as well, so I was kind of. But no, I'm gonna go Aaron Jones, 80 plus 125 on DraftKings.
You can run on the Rams. You're very soft, as Mayo would say.
Yeah,
Coach Mayo would say.
Yeah, they are. He's also gotten 90 plus in 4 of 6 games. Mm-hmm. One of the ones he didn't was when he got banged up. And then, so I just feel like you can absolutely run on the Rams. Very likely to have positive game script, and he's been crushing it this year.
Yeah, love that. Tyler, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
I'll go next. I think I'm going to decide on the Jordan Addison one. We're going to go longest reception over 20.5 yards on FanDuel. He's topped that 3 of his 4 games this year, and when you look at his props, his number's 44.5. He's topped that 2 out of the 4 games. But it always comes on the deep ball. He's only ever caught 3 balls, and the most he's caught all year. So if he's getting past that,
that's why the anti-correlated is totally always in play with Addison.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But if he's going to crush that prop, he's going to catch a deep ball. So over 20.5 on his longest reception is going to be my leg.
That's still under same game parlay that you can grab it, right?
Yeah,
Tyler?
on FanDuel that could be used in the same game parlay.
Yeah, I don't think you can on DraftKings, but
okay. All right, I'll have to find that in a minute. You can tell I don't do the longest rushing receiving, which I should do more often. All right, guys, do I go Cup? Do I go risky here? Do we think he's going to be a full go? Tyler, I'll let you each vote, yes or no. Or actually, no, screw it. We're just going to go. You did longer strike. I'm just going to go Justin Jefferson. He's going to smash tonight. We talked about it in chat, and Jamie mentioned, and I read in my research that, basically outside receivers are absolutely destroying the Rams. And I mean, they move Jefferson all over. He has every metric you want on as far as target share, air yards, first read, target share, everything you want. Jefferson has. He's kind of been toying around with that 80-90. We'll stick with 90 here. I think you can alt this up to 100. I did a lotto up to 110. And there might be a little anti-correlation there since we have Addison in there too. So that makes it fun. So 90 plus is plus 110 for Jefferson. And then I don't have the exact odds because I didn't find that longest receiving yard. Let me see if I can. I just put in a 20 plus yard reception for Jordan Addison, and it takes it up to 660 plus 655. But I'll find the exact thing and I will tweet this out to get the exact show parlay. So again, it is Aaron Jones 80 plus. So this is a really a Viking special. I didn't realize that, but I like it, and that's why you're probably getting some anti-correlated stuff because we're focused on one side. Yeah. So you're getting Aaron Jones 80 plus rushing, Justin Jefferson 90 plus receiving, and then it was over what number? Just so I can call it out, Tyler, for Jordan Addison.
20.5 yards on his longest reception.
20.5 longest reception. Okay, yeah. For a placeholder, I put in Jordan Addison 20 plus reception, but I will get the over 20 plus 20.5 yards. So, anyways, and I will tweet that out as our show parlay, and hopefully we get there. Mike's tailing this, so good to see. Again, I will tweet that. Good to see you in here. Biting kneecaps trend is 100% hit rate, meaning any team who plays the Lions lose the following game. Minnesota an upset alert. We're all in Minnesota, so but yeah, that has been a trend after playing the Lions. All right, this has been a fun show, guys. As always, it's always a fun first look to attack these alts and anytime touchdowns and look at parlays. Again, this will all be in Dub Club tomorrow because I'll be traveling this weekend for a family wedding Steve and I are going to. But check the Dub Club out tomorrow. Check out Andrew and Justin's show at 9:30 tomorrow. Check my show with Keg at 4 o'clock, Wagers with Friends tomorrow. And again, check fanspeak.com, free NFL betting cards, spread and Tyler's picks, free week of Dub Club. Check it all out. But those are my final thoughts. Tyler, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think we found a winning parlay for this Thursday night game. I think we found a bunch of winners for Sunday too. So don't forget to rewatch the show, lock those winners in, and be ready to make some money on Sunday.
Absolutely. We have Jamie saying, let's all steal some money from Vegas. I love it. Reek says, let's cash. I like it. Mike's tailing. We're all in. Let's go. Steve, final thoughts for week 8.
Yeah, no, I think we hit on the top running backs to look at, the top receivers to really look at. The love call as the quarterback who's just priced way too low in this matchup. And I'm going to be tailing them all because I think a number of these are going to hit. Absolutely.
And yeah, again, look for the tweet with our Thursday night same game parlay. I really do love that one too. This has been fun. Good luck tonight. Good luck week 8, everyone. For Tyler, for Steve, I'm Meg, and we will see you next time.